we'll call this part 3. This is the 1988 Diamond Schwartz E30 M3 project. Last time you saw it, it just had come back from the body shop. We were doing panel alignment. And the time before that, I just picked it up after sitting for about 6 years. So right now the car has a 3.2 liter S52 in it, out of a 99 M3. Transmission's out of the same car. It's a good engine. It's a very, very common swap on the M3 and the non-M E30, just because it's fairly inexpensive and makes quite a bit of power. I think these are rated at 240 horsepower. Before you do the OBD1 swap, which nets you another 18 or so. But I'm spoiled, and I have one of these in my red car, and I love it to death, so this one's gonna get one as well. This is a 3.2 liter S54 B32 out of a, I think an 01 or an 02 convertible 6-speed. Earlier video, I did rod bearings, showed you guys that. I recently did the Vanos bolts. That's all done now. Hub looked good, so this engine is legitimately, hopefully, ready to drop into this car, more or less. I'm gonna just take a couple of reference photos on the exhaust right now, because I'm using original headers, US market headers, but I cut off right before where the pre-catalytic converters would have gone. And that's what I did in my old car too. And I'm just gonna fabricate some exhaust bends to come right down off of these, and then a collector. Right now, that's kind of how it is with the S52. I really should have turned the light on ahead of time, so apologies. This might not work at all. Okay, yeah, this might not work at all up here. Anyway, it's the same sort of deal. There's two log style manifolds up there. And they come down and the junction right around here, and then it goes to a 2.5 or a 3 inch. Looks like 2.5 looking up there. So I got some work to do, but right now I'm gonna just take a couple photos, and then I'm gonna start draining coolant out of it as well. Because my relatives are gracious enough to let me use their lift since I lost my shop space, so I'm gonna try not to keep this thing in their way for more than a few weeks here. But I'll just try to check in as I'm doing stuff here and there, just to try to make it a little more interesting. But that's the end goal. Get that running in that car and drive it home, hopefully within a couple of weeks. So I've done the swap project before, so we'll see. But yeah, should be fun. Well, here's where I leave it at the end of night 1. Engine harness is all disconnected. Radiator's out, coolant's drained, oil's drained, power steering's drained. Let's see what else, top side. The exhaust is off of it, as is the drive shaft out of it. All the intake stuff's off, and bolted the bottom of the motor mount arms. Intake's off, engine ground strap's off. Really, aside from a couple little odds and ends, throttle cable, the coolant lines for the heater core, which are going to be a little dicey. It's pretty much ready to yank. I'll raise the car up and show you underneath here before I sign off for the night as well. But got a fair bit of progress done. Just not exactly sure what I'll have to pull off the top of the engine to get the heater core lines out. So that'll be a chore, but nothing I haven't dealt with before. All right, up in the air. Remember to turn the light on this time so I can actually show you guys some stuff. So that is the collector I was talking to you about. You can see the rear and front header there, just over the sway bar. Shift linkage is disconnected enough where I'll be able to pull it out. Slaves out of the trans, up there. I drain the engine oil, drain power steering, just trying to keep it as clean as possible because I am in borrowed space. Again, the nuts are off the lower motor mount arms. Really not a whole lot left under here to disconnect. Quite a bit of room with no AC condenser and no radiator. I'm contemplating ordering a condenser and putting it in at the same time, just because this car probably will have air conditioning at some point again in its life. Although, we'll see. It's already got a Z3 rack, which I actually really like. Feels good. And man, this engine, it must be out of a Southern car. The block drain cracked so easy on it, I couldn't even believe it. Moving back, I can tell the previous owner put a Z3 shifter in it, which is nice. E21 trans mounts, beefy OEM. He knew what he was doing. The 293 LSD that they put in was reasonably clean, at least for a northern car. I have a set of 4 brand new brake calipers to put on this thing. The front left one's dragging pretty substantially. Anyway, some bonus parts that take out of it. I don't know, lots to do, but I was bored tonight and figured I'd come out and at least get a start on this project. So here's where we are for now, but stay tuned for more. Thanks for watching.